Now in this session, I'm going to talk about your strategy versus your business model versus a vision, right? So a vision is basically what you think, where you think you're going to end up, right? So where you want to go. So that's your vision in a business. So where do you want to be in future, right? So that is where you see yourself with your business in the future. Your strategy is what will the way that you think you will actually get there. So there are many ways to get there considering your context and where you are right now. So that's your strategy. So when I say considering your context and where you are right now, that's where you do your SWOT analysis and all those kind of things to get all of that information and to understand where you are, what is your context about. Now, context, again, is pestle, political, economical, social, technological, environmental, and legal. It's that, right? So that environment, the things you do not have control over, that is your external environment or your context within which you operate. So you need to consider that when you design your strategy. So when you've got or decide on what your strategy is, and so when you know what that strategy is, the next step is to decide in what vehicle are you going to go into in order to get you to your vision. So what is the best vehicle for you to get yourself the fastest there, considering your current resources, to get you there. So for example, you want to go from here to Cairo or from here to wherever, right? So you can drive there. Okay, you can drive there, you can walk there. At first you can walk there. Walking is the cheapest way, and if you're 10,000 kilometers from there, it's very far. So you're going to take very long to get there, and that is also, if you try to do it yourself, you might not even end up there. So you might need some more people there to support each other and all that. So that is when you walk there. So that's one way of getting there. Okay, we can't rule that out. Some people prefer to walk, so then they walk. Right? It's just the longest way to get there. It's not very expensive, but it is going to be very stressful on you and your body, your health, your well-being, your time. It's time consuming. And guess what? Many people in business choose that route because it is the cheapest. So what they might want to do is they might, start walking until they get to a place where they can get maybe a bicycle and then upgrade from there. So that's the rolling strategy. So from walking to bicycle to car and getting better vehicles every time to get to your end result. So that is one way of getting there if you really don't have the resources. Then there's another way which is way much faster, but I'll reveal that soon, right? So walking is the one. The next one is a bicycle. It's faster, less time consuming, but you need some kind of resource, the bicycle, and that thing can break down, right? Okay, so you can get there with that tool or that vehicle. Then the next one that you can use is a motor vehicle, and many people are using that to travel that far. It's less time consuming than a bicycle. You need fuel and all of that, so you need additional resources to keep this thing going. But it will get you there much faster, and it's much less time consuming than the other two examples. But then there's the fastest way, and that is by airplane. Within a couple of hours, you will be there instead of a couple of months with regards to the other options, right? But of course, that's also the most expensive way to get there, right? Using an airplane is the most expensive way. Why? Because of, you can buy an airplane like you would buy a car, you can buy it, but it's a lot more expensive. Then you can go to the cheaper option, which is to rent a seat. But if there are 4 of you that goes there, if you need to take a team there, it becomes more expensive. But in a car, you can put the whole team in there and you pay basically the same to get to your destination, but it will still take longer. So taking an airplane, the fastest way is more expensive. So now you will tell me, yeah, but I don't have the money in my business to take the fastest business models. I'll settle with the one that I can afford. Yeah, but what if there's a strategy where you can change the way you think and get there anyway? So my suggestion to you is understand, how did Richard Branson build Virgin Atlantic while he had no money? What did he do? He didn't wait for, for the money to start it. He didn't have any money. He negotiated. He used partnerships, joint ventures. He actually leased the first Boeings that he had. He leased them. And he convinced them to lease them on his terms, right? Because he could do it, while his business model, he changed the way he think in terms of his business model. So he adapted his business model until he could afford to do so, and he can convince the supplier, being Boeing, to lease it on those terms and believe in his way of starting that business. Now, think about that. Here you've got someone without money, and he can get to his destination in the fastest way. But what did he do? It's all about risk management. Now, and what he did is he shared the risk. He distributed the risk to more than himself, to other role players in the industry. And he created trust with them that he will make this thing work, and if it doesn't work, they will get X, Y, Z. But understand that principle, that you need to get out there, you need to be able to do what you can do in order to get the resources together. You don't have to own the resources. And that's key. That's the key learning here, is you do not have to own the resources. Now, if you understand that, then anything is possible. The sky is literally the limit, right? So that is the business model concept that I want to get across, is that you can get the aircraft as a business model. You can start with disruptive business models in your industry. It is really possible to do so. Okay, you just need to think creatively around this and innovate your very own business model that will take you to your vision in the fastest way, and get a team in that business model, the right team to support you, the right joint ventures, and the right resources necessary to get to your vision in the fastest way possible.